February is Black History Month, so we're going to spend some time looking at the accomplishments and celebrating the works of both modern and historical Black mixologists. And today we're actually going to accomplish a twofer by discussing both L.P O'Brien and Josephine Baker on today's episode of Mike's Hard Reviews. Hey there, hi there, ho there, and hello. Welcome back to Mike's Hard Reviews. My name is Michael. I'm a bartender from Southwest Michigan, and it's lovely to have you guys all here today. We're continuing our Black History Month series of videos with none other than L.P O'Brien, a name that you might know, but I actually missed out on simply because I don't watch any TV. L.P O'Brien is a DC-based bartender who you might know because she was the Season 1 winner of the new Netflix reality show Drink Masters. Think Chopped, but for cocktails. Mixologists come together and make the best cocktail they can out of what ingredients have been provided. L.P O'Brien was the Season 1 winner of this, and it awarded her $100,000 and an almost immediate skyrocket to mixologists' fame as a result. And that is not without merit, because holy shit, this girl is impressive. What makes LP different from other bartenders is that while she is both classically trained in traditional cocktail preparation, she's also an enthusiast in the mocktails world. This kind of crossover of information establishes somebody who has the skill necessary to produce something emulating a cocktail without using alcohol. A very difficult premise, actually, to accomplish. So to take somebody who knows not only how to make cocktails and did such a good job at doing so that they won a $100,000 competition to proving it, she's also capable of taking that element of it away, which is so crucial to a lot of the work that we do, and still managing to succeed. It's interesting too, actually. Not only is LP a mocktail enthusiast, she's actually a sober bartender, barring, what she needs to taste to do her job correctly. There was a really cool interview that I read about this. She had a kid at some point and needed to be sober for that, obviously, and then just decided to stick with it as a result because she liked the sort of focus it gave her as opposed to the alternative of bartending and drinking simultaneously. Generally, I agree, but also people like to buy me shots of bourbon sometimes, so yeah, what are you gonna do? Since winning Drink Master, LP has become a major share owner in the Saponi Spritz company, which makes canned mocktails. And it appears they've got some really cool varietals on their website, which I would actually love to try on the show, if at all possible. She also runs her own drink consulting firm, which is very much focused on creating inclusive and modern progressive spaces in hospitality, something we talked about previously with Tandy Walton as well, which is not common and very much necessary in 2025. I think that is hospitality as an industry is very old school, and that needs to be rectified. And then on top of that, she's actually working on opening a bar in DC as we speak. Now, I couldn't find a lot of information on this, and maybe I just missed it, but not sure what that's going to be, but I'm excited to hear about it because I would absolutely love to go. I haven't been to DC in 10 years, so I would love to go back. All that being said, very clearly LP is a fantastic mixologist, and honestly, thank you for the work that you do over Miss O'Brien, because this was such a fun thing that I'm so excited to share with everybody that I found. Let's just get right into it, because I'm stammering over myself in excitement. So like I said, LP, again, thank you for your work, is a classically trained bartender and is really good at what she does. There is a cocktail that she came up with, I found on Essence Magazine's website, called a Josephine Baker. And this gives us a really cool opportunity to talk about somebody who is not only themselves making up a portion of Black history, but somebody who is also giving credence to what came before her. Josephine Baker is an actress, singer, musician, artist from the 1920s, France specifically. She's one of, if not the first, African-American celebrities in European history. And she got famous for performances she would do in French nightclubs during the 1920s. Beyond that, though, she's an absolutely incredibly talented actress and singer, and would go on to actually become sort of a major force for change in the world. During the 1940s, she was a member of the French resistance to the Nazi occupation that occurred during World War II, and in the 1960s used her popular platform as a means of promoting the civil rights movement of the 1960s. Josephine Baker is the coolest little piece of history that I've never somehow heard of before. To see that taken and distilled into a really, really cool cocktail by someone who is in and of themselves making history the same way was such a beautiful piece of like life becomes art that I needed to talk about it. Now, this cocktail is called a Josephine Baker, and it's really cool because it focuses on a piece of like Josephine's own mythos. She got famous for doing boudoir dances in a French nightclub, and one of these dances that she would do would occasionally be done in a skirt made of bananas. Now, some of these things are not safe for work. I don't know if I can find a safe for work photograph for YouTube's sake of this banana skirt, but I've seen pictures of it, and it's actually pretty fucking cool. In taking inspiration from this really cool looking skirt, LP came up with a cocktail called the Josephine Baker featuring banana liqueur, and we're gonna go ahead and make one right now. Let's talk about ingredients. To make a Josephine Baker, you are going to need London dry gin, banana liqueur, lemon juice, simple syrup, champagne, and absinthe. The absinthe is for a rinse in the glass, so don't worry about a big pour. You're only going to need a small amount of it. LP does make mention of a couple of specifics that I think we should go over. The simple syrup is going to be a 2-to-1 simple syrup. I think all simple syrup should be made that way. You have better control over your sweetness that way. But in this case, I think it's more of a textural component, so it's an absolute necessity. She also specifies specifically Giffard's Banane Du Brasil banana liqueur, which is the only banana liqueur that I stand behind. This stuff is so delicious and is not egregiously fake banana that I don't know why you would use anything else. Let's go ahead and shake it up. We'll start off with half an ounce of our simple syrup, half an ounce of Banane Du Brasil, 3/4 of an ounce of fresh lemon juice, and 1.5 ounces of London dry gin. Okay, that's all of our base ingredients. Let's grab some ice. We're gonna cap that up, tap it down, and give that a shake for 10 to 15 seconds to chill and combine. For serving, I'm going to grab a chilled coupe out of my freezer, but before we actually pour, we have to do some prep to this. We need to do a quick absinthe coat on this glass. You can do that pretty effectively if you have an atomizer, actually. A couple spritzes of absinthe would accomplish the same thing I'm doing here. But I'm going to take the glass, put that small amount of absinthe in there, and then roll it like so along the inside to give it a nice coating. And then waste not, want not. And then as a portion of proper technique, I'm going to take some of our champagne and start our effervescence by pouring that in. And now we can strain our cocktail in. Top it up with just a little bit more sparkling wine, up to a good wash line. Take a swath of lemon peel, express that over the top like so. Discard, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a Josephine Baker. Cheers. Let's go ahead and give this a taste. Real quick though, I want to say I have made this cocktail once before. Just as a sort of test run, I made it like I would make a Tom Collins in a tall glass over ice, and it was phenomenal there. I'm so excited to try it in this format where it's a little bit more potent on the flavors. Cheers. God. Yes. Oh my God. Sorry, that was unprofessional of me. It's very, very good. Okay, so all fanaticism aside, this is genuinely one of the best cocktails I've ever seen that incorporates the flavor of banana into a cocktail. It is so divine. It is luscious, full-bodied, botanically very diverse, and this kind of tropical angle you never see in cocktails that have sparkling wine in them is such a welcome diversion from the French 75 format that I honestly don't think it could be done better. It starts off on this note that is reminiscent of both like the highest top notes of the Prosecco and the gin simultaneously. And you're like, okay, those are our lead dominant players. No, they're not. Because almost immediately you get this just wash of complexity, this candied lemon and banana peel funk, and the rest of those like botanical body of the gin and the wine come through. It is just the right amount of acidic to make that banana feel lively and fresh, but not so acidic that it feels sour. It is light, but does not lack body. It is so obscenely good. And the fact that it is mostly alcohol is like a really phenomenal thing for those of you who wish to party. Oh my God. I I was so excited to film this video for like a week before actually getting in front of these cameras, because this is just one of my favorite drinks that I've ever gotten to show on this channel. And honestly, if you ever wanted a reason to experiment with banana as a flavor in cocktails, which in and of itself is pretty damn rare, this is a phenomenal upscale way to go. Okay, time to wrap it up before I get totally lost in the sauce here, quite literally. So yeah, that's L.P O'Brien and her cocktail, the Josephine Baker. I've said it a couple of times already. LP, genuinely, I admire your talent here. This is really impressive work, and congratulations to you for winning Drink Masters. Very clearly, you have the merit that you needed to win that competition, and I am unendingly happy for you, and so honored to have the opportunity to share this with my audience here on this channel. So if you do see this, thank you. I very, very much appreciate it, and thank you for continuing to do your work that you do in the world of hospitality. I am gonna leave it here because I do have another video to shoot today, and I really can't afford to get too sloshed. So thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to click that like button down below, and click somewhere on the screen around the end of this video to go watch my video on Tandy Walton, the first person we talked about in this year's Black History Month videos. There will be a playlist up eventually that has all of those videos in it, by the way. So if you want to hear a lot of modern historical Black history, that's the place to look. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, and click the bell to get notified whenever I make new videos. I'm trying to be a little bit more frequent about it, and I've got some cool stuff in the pipeline. So thank you all so much for watching. See you around. Cheers.